To get us another mic. There's a seat down here, John. John doesn't want to sit by us. Anyway, my name is Brian Stewart. I publish a magazine called Phantasm Presents. If you were here yesterday, you've heard the spiel, but we were doing a magazine with George up until he passed away. It just came out. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm hosting the panel. That's the short version. There's too many people up here for me to keep it too long. I want to get to everybody and have everybody have plenty of time to talk. So I'm just going to pass the mic. We'll go down. Even though you know who everybody is, we'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, John Amplis.
Woo! Woo!
Hi, I'm Laurie Cardille, and I play the character of Sarah. Hi, I'm Sarah Fisher. How are you? Oh, he's Fisher. I'm Deborah Gordon, and I play AKA the ghoul of your dreams. Corral zombie.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monahan. I was the swamp zombie. Steel blew my head off right after I grabbed the hat off of his.
I'm Howard Sherman. I played Bub.
Bob!
Anthony DeLeo played Miguel.
While we're fighting with one microphone, why don't we just start with questions from you guys? That'd be easier than having to bring it me yelling the whole bit. So just throw up your hands and come up front, and let's just do questions, okay? All right.
Oh, it's nice being here.
It's sort of like a two-way thing. You ask, they answer. We covered so much of this yesterday. I'll start with you guys that weren't on yesterday. How did you get involved? Because that's something we covered yesterday, but you guys get to answer. How are you? Okay. How'd you get involved?
The question is how did I get involved in the film? And I auditioned. Got a call from my agent to show up at an audition, and it was weird because Bub didn't really. He was only a couple of lines in the script. He obviously doesn't have any dialogue, and I'm regretful that I never asked George this question, because I always thought that the reason why I got cast in the film was that the audition was on tape. It was on videotape. George was not present, and it was just me and the casting director. And one of the scenes that I knew that they were going to look at in the audition was Bub eating when he's given a bucket of marine, chopped up minced marine. And I took the liberty of bringing with me a turkey leg. And I didn't tell the casting director, because sometimes casting directors tend to be very conservative, and if it's not part of the routine, they just say no as a knee-jerk response. So I didn't tell them. And when the moment came for me to eat the marine on camera, I whipped out my turkey leg and I just plowed into it, and tendrils were dropping out of my mouth, and it was really bloody. And I always thought that that's why I got the part. And I always meant to ask George if that was the case, but unfortunately it's too late now. So anyway, I auditioned. That's how I got the job.
Now, just a quick follow-up. You mentioned that there wasn't a whole lot of Bub on the page. How much of it was created on the fly, or did you guys work together, or was it all as you shot?
Well, the thing is I don't know. I don't remember, but in the script, like the first scene, or the scene in the lab when I pick up the phone and look at the book, and then I'm given the gun, that really would take a short paragraph.
Sure.
So, although it was a lot of screen time, in fact, after we shot that day, which I think was my first day, I can't remember, but George said that he would like Bub to appear more in the movie, and if I had any ideas, for other scenes to let him know. And in those days, when my knees were still fairly functional, I would jog to stay in shape, especially because I smoked. And would always, Walkmans had just been invented, and I would run to music. And one day it occurred to me, I wonder what Bub would think of music and headphones. And that was, I didn't really think of a scene particularly, but I said to George, the idea occurs to me that what would Bub make of headphones? And he dreamed up the scene of the doctor teaching Bub to push the button, and so that's how that came to be.
I was actually going to ask about that. I remember we discussed this with George in Texas. And who decided what Bub was listening to?
Oh, on the last day after we were on my last day, George asked me, he said, so what do you think you're listening to, like Zeppelin? And I said, no, I think it has to be classical. I suggested either Mahler or Beethoven, and he went with Beethoven.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get involved in the movie?
I had heard that they were looking for extras, and it sounded like something exciting to do. So I had signed up at Fort Pitt Boulevard, went in, and didn't know what I was getting into, but I met a lady there, and she signed me up. I went in the first day. I was just painted blue and put down a mine shaft. And we were supposed to, I think the attack.
That sounds like a
you were
great
doing,
job.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was great. We were supposed to come and save or attack you guys, and we had to shamble as fast as possible to get there to eat you. I was actually shambling as fast as possible to get closer to the camera. I just wanted to get, closer. But after the first day, it had gone really well, and they asked me if I wanted to come back and do more in-depth.
Hey, let's swap mics. You just went dead.
How appropriate. So I went dead. So I had was asked to come back a second day to do a more detailed makeup with Howard Berger. So came back and they did the swamp zombie thing, and he kept sending people outside to get more and more green stuff to me. It took a while, which was pretty fun. At one point, they had put the squib on my forehead, and he and Greg Nicotero were discussing after the latex was put over it, pointed in the right direction, explosive charge.